Good afternoon, everyone. It's time for our reading session. Today, we are reading Jake and Jen in the Tomb of Ice. We're going to look at the key vocabulary before we get on to the story. So repeat after me, please. Knapsack, gnashing, tomb, wrenched, scientist, Vincent, expedition, expression, treasure. Right, let's get started. The jungle. Jake Jones, the famous treasure hunter, trekked deeper into the jungle. Are we getting close? Asked Jen, the scientist on the expedition. Jake checked their position on the map. The tomb should be across the river. Jen winced from a bite to her leg. Army ants, she cried. Jake felt the ants crawling over him too. He brushed them off, but others came swarming from the bushes. Run, shouted Jake. They fled into a clearing. That was nasty, said Jen. Suddenly, she leapt away and pointed to the ground. Quicksand! Jake's feet were sinking fast. Jen took a rope from her knapsack and threw it to him. She pulled him to safety. Treasure hunting is dangerous work, said Jake with a grim expression. They hiked on until they came to a river. We'll have to swim, said Jen. No, look. Jake pointed to an alligator in the water. We must swing across. He nodded at a vine hanging from a tree. You go first. The alligator snapped at Jen's heels, but she landed safely. Jake then swung over the monster's gnashing teeth. See you later, alligator. The Tomb of Ice. Jake found the entrance to the tomb behind the gnarled tree. Entering, they saw a huge white casket shining in the darkness. The treasure must be in there, whispered Jake. Then let's hurry, said Jen. Wait, shouted Jake, spotting a jaguar asleep on the ledge. That's the gatekeeper of the ice tomb. They crept past the jaguar to open the casket, but froze as a large black spider scuttled across. I hate spiders, Jake hissed. They don't scare me, said Jen, and wrenched open the casket. A bright light filled the tomb, and a blast of cold air made them shiver. Inside the casket, red and green ice jewels sparkled. Jake and Jen grabbed one each. Should we save another? Asked Jen. No time, Jake replied. The tomb is closing in on us. The close escape. With the ice jewels in their possession, Jake and Jen raced out of the tomb, but they woke the jaguar. It leapt from the ledge and gave chase. Jake and Jen swung back across the river, and the jaguar jumped over in one bound. Quick, up there, Jake shouted. They climbed a rock face to escape, but at the top, Jen knocked a boulder loose. The huge rock rolled towards them. Jake and Jen slid down a canyon to get away and landed in a heap at the bottom. A shadow loomed over them. They looked up to see their arch enemy, Shane. Hand them over, said Shane. Behind him stood his henchman, Vincent, cracking his knuckles. Reluctantly, Jake and Jen gave them the ice jewels. You'll regret this, promised Jen. As Shane and Vincent walked away, sniggering, a voice shouted, Shane! I told you not to take the ice lollies from the freezer. Jake and Jen turned to see their mother striding across the garden. They chuckled as their older brother got told off instead of them. Sweet, said Jake. And ice lollies are even sweeter, replied Jen, taking some out of her pack. That's the end of the story. Right, we have some questions for you to answer. Again, you can answer these in your home learning book or just on a piece of paper if you have it. Remember, you need to read the question very carefully and you need to find the answers in the text. Remember, you need to get the clues and the evidence from the text. I have helped you with which page to look at for each question. So question number 1, page number 12. What was the tomb of ice? Now remember, we write our sentences in full sentences. So I've helped you with the first one. The tomb of ice was a... Question number 2, page 21. The expedition wasn't really a jungle. Where did it take place? Number 3, page 8. How do you think Jen and Jake felt when they saw the alligator? Have a look at their faces in the picture. That might help you. Number 4, page 16. What is a boulder? Number 5, page 21. What were the ice jewels? They weren't really ice jewels, so what were they really? Okay, that's it for me. We'll see you next time. Remember, stay safe. Have a great day.